What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is MrHurriicane, and we're going to play some NFL head coach tonight. And I know that we're going to talk a lot about the NFL draft as well. So, welcome everyone to tonight's live stream. Great to be here the night before the first round of the 2020 NFL draft. I will try my best to focus on NFL head coach. We'll, of course, start the stream with a little bit of hanging out and just answering some questions. But welcome everyone to what I got going on tonight. Just linking this out for everybody on social. Alright, I got the update, by the way, on Mike Williams' numbers in the series. In 10 games, 44 catches, 701 yards, 5 touchdowns. Over the last 23 catches, 350 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Man. Yep, trying my best to get out the content today. I know it was light for a few days. Want to get it more evenly spread out. And I imagine I'll be able to do a lot of gameplay and editing over the draft. So, should be able to get stocked up there and get things on track again. Yep, I will do a mock draft. I enjoy it. What's going on, Bengal? Who the Giants taking, Bengal? Which one? Which tackle? We know Dave Gettleman's got to add the hog mollies. In my mock, my Giants pick's going to be Tristan Wirfs. They're taking my hopes and dreams. Yeah, Blackjack, big Clemson Giants fan. He wants Trevor Lawrence next year, and I told him that the worst case scenario was actually selecting Justin Herbert, because there's no way they would take Jones, Herbert, and then Lawrence 3 consecutive years. So his dreams could be shattered tomorrow if Gettleman plays that card. Yeah, I think Jedrick Wills or Tristan Wirfs, either one. I know a lot of people have done the Joe Judge, Nick Saban connection, but at the same time, when you have Kirk Ferentz in Iowa, that's also a great coaching situation in college and with the athletic upside. Teams like to go for that athletic upside a lot in the first round. It doesn't really matter which position. Like, you know, quarterbacks with athletic upside get taken early. I'm talking guys like Trubisky. People think that, I don't know, if Trubisky was a 6'1" pocket passer, would he be viewed as this guy that could develop so much? I think a lot of the early quarterback stuff is hilarious. Yeah, Wills is a good athlete too. I just think maybe tips the scales towards Wirfs a little bit. But they should come away with the tackle. No doubt about that. But yeah, I was just reading through all 32 teams, their draft picks, looking at some rosters and whatnot. And there are some really interesting situations, I think, in this draft. And I try to think about the different ways teams could be contrarian compared to where everybody's thinking. A few teams that I think could mix it up tomorrow. The Ravens have so much draft capital. It's incredible. They have whatever they need to move up if they wanted to. But when you look at their needs, I didn't view them as like first round needs. Like, you don't have to attack things like guard or linebacker early. They could use a receiver. But with the depth, unless you're getting one of the top guys, is it worth trading up for somebody like, I don't know, another first-round receiver, Justin Jefferson, Denzel Mims, T. Higgins? How'd the move go? Yeah, it's been 6 months now. Yeah, it's gone great. It was actually almost too smooth to even trust. It was like way better than I could have imagined trying to move across the country for the first time. I thought more things would go wrong. Nothing even broke on the way here. Moved everything I owned. What's up, Kane? I wanted to say, rest in peace to Pat Tillman 16 years later. Absolutely. A true American hero and will never be forgotten. Heaven is with you, Tillman. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, this is the 16th anniversary of Pat Tillman's death. Obviously, a real hero who used to be an Arizona Cardinal. Hey, Kane, you think the Panthers could go O-line since they just made McCaffrey the highest paid running back? I think them going O-line was adding Russell Okung. Even though they traded away Trey Turner to do it, I still think this is going to be a pretty defensive-heavy draft. Like, they got some serious needs there. There's not much they don't need on defense. I think that Okudah or Simmons is possible. I'm probably going to have Simmons there in my mock. Zackler, who do you have the Broncos taking? I think Ruggs. I think Ruggs if they stay put, but maybe they want to trade up. Get past a team like the Jets and maybe the 49ers that could be looking at a receiver. If they want to get Judy or Lamb, I think that'd be a lot of fun as well. Yeah, Bengal, you just hit me up, man. I'm free anytime. I think you got me on Discord. Yep, I'll coach a game today. That's one of the main things I wanted to do. Let me check out our schedule because I know I wanted to get around to the Dolphins game, but I wonder if it's too far away from me. I'm not sure if I can look at just our schedule in here. Still getting used to how everything works. The Cards do need a tackle, though. Unless you trust 32-year-old Marcus Gilbert, who didn't, he was on IR in September last year. If they don't go tackle, though, I think they go defense. Could be a variety of spots. All right, when do we take on Miami? We're going on to Game 7 here. So will we make it that far tonight? Probably not week 13. I can't see that happening. We have a bye week, though, it looks like. 12 days till our next game. Have I played much Warzone? I've gotten into it lately. And actually, I've got my quarantined workout set up. So I got a stationary bike that I bought last summer. And in the mornings, I've been hopping on Warzone for a couple games, and if you're on a stationary bike, you can do a million other things because it's not really that intense, and you forget that you're, like, exercising. So that's, like, my morning routine. Warzone and a little stationary bike exercise. I wouldn't say I'm getting any gains. I'm getting the heart rate in the triple digits. That's about it. Not much gains from it. Burning a few calories, though, which helps because of all the frozen pizza I've been eating lately, including today. What do you think about T. Higgins? I like Higgins. Late first, early second. The only issue I think I have is like long speed from what I've seen from him, but I kind of see what people are thinking with the AJ Green comp. He's tall, kind of lanky, got tremendous ball skills, and I think he's actually a pretty decent route runner too. I just don't know if he has the deep speed, but I think that a team like the Packers could look his way. I think it would be smart to get a complimentary receiver like him across from Devontae Adams. Yeah, like Denzel Mims. I'm a Brandon Ayuk guy. The trade deadline has not passed yet. No, that's going to be one of the first things we do here in the head coach portion of the stream. Favorite sleeper in this class? I don't know as much as most. I've been really cramming late on a lot of the draft info, but one guy I like that might go late day 2 or early day 3. I know he's getting a lot of buzz now, is Antonio Gibson from Memphis. He's not played much, but when he played, wow, if you can get a whole season of what he brings to the table, he is a wide receiver running back hybrid. He has more of a running back build, and He's a really fun player that can be your day one special teamer. He can return kicks. But if you want to see his upside at wide receiver or running back, I think either one could work for him. Could be a gadget player. He's got some real burst. Can catch the football well. Thoughts on Laviska Shenault? I've watched so many receivers, and I haven't gotten really to him. But I've seen, like, the Patterson comps and everything. I'll have to see if I think anything more about him. I was reading through the PFF draft guide too, and I thought it was pretty funny. They compared him to Saquon Barkley. That was not a comparison I expected. Yeah, I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire too. I think he's my favorite running back in the whole class. Jonathan Taylor is best running back in the draft. I'm not a Wisconsin fan. I like Jonathan Taylor too. I'm really torn on him versus Swift because Swift is the more complete modern day back. He can catch the ball. He has better change of direction skills. And I love the cuts he can make on, safeties that aren't, playing very aggressive or taking bad angles. But I just think that, like Derrick Henry, now Taylor is not a big, powerful back. I think that his power is more secondary to his speed. But I think, like Derrick Henry, he can be so good at what he does that he can be at RB1, even if he's not a great pass game guy. But still, that's projection, and you've got to factor that into when you're selecting a guy like him that might not have a big pass game impact. But I like Jonathan Taylor. Michael Pittman thoughts? I gotta watch him too, because I think he's an option for the Vikings. I'll fire up some stuff tomorrow morning. Who was I watching last? Like T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson, Tyler Johnson, although I've seen a fair amount of him in college. Just wanted to fire it back up again. But for Pittman, I think he's an option for the Vikings because the Vikings are a 2-receiver offense. They went to a 3-receiver set last year, like 20% of snaps. So whoever they have across from Thielen has to be the kind of guy that you trust in a 2-receiver set, can win on the outside one-on-one. And I think that some size from Pittman could be exactly what they're looking for. Or somebody like T. Higgins. I don't know if they'll be likely to go for somebody like Jalen Reagor or Brandon Ayuk. They might want to add more size. Especially because when they do go 3 wide, which they did last year, they played 11 personnel 18% of the time, by far last in the league. Thielen's a slot, and he's going to win there a lot. So you want to get guys on the outside for sure. And I would love to see them get somebody who could get open downfield too. I still think Thielen can do well without Diggs, especially because of what he does in the slot, but I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get him the football. And I think that one guy who's going to actually have a bigger season this year is Irv Smith, whose production last year outside of touchdowns was not far off of Kyle Rudolph. But I think that with how much 2 tight end the Vikings play, and he's one of their most athletic receiving threats right now, he's going to get a lot of work. And I think that the year 1 to year 2 jump for him at tight end is going to be pretty big. Tua's my second favorite quarterback in the draft. I wouldn't have any hesitations over taking him. Injury concerns are obviously there, but he's so good, I think, that I would be willing to look past those concerns. Zackler, did I answer this one? Who do I have the Broncos taking? I think Ruggs. Yeah, I think Ruggs as well if they stay at their spot. Landon, thank you for the super chat. What's up, Kane? Any NFL draft hot takes? None that come to mind, but who knows? Maybe I'll cycle through one of these thoughts and throw something out there. I don't think I have any wild opinions yet. Hey, Kane, what do you think of A.J. Dillon? Dillon is a really big running back from Boston College. Definitely an old school, between the tackles, north-south runner. I just think that he's probably going to be drafted pretty late. He doesn't have the upside of Jonathan Taylor, who can still produce without pass game work. I think Dylan probably going to be an afterthought in the draft, and he's going to have to really make use of those preseason carries to show that he belongs in a running back rotation. Can't watch a stream yet, but can't wait to watch it tonight. Keep up the good work, Kane, and are you doing a YouTube live tomorrow for the draft? Probably not for the draft. I won't rule it out completely, Josh, but as of right now, I'm planning on doing a mock draft and probably working on some Broncos while the draft is going on. Do I think Sean Payton would take a chance with Jalen Hurts? I don't know. I am really interested in where Jalen goes. I would even love him in Minnesota as an offensive weapon / backup. I think that with how little the Vikings have, you know, as far as some skill talent depth, adding somebody like, how did I just forget his name? Jalen Hurts would at least add some options to their offense in addition to upgrading, I think, at backup quarterback over Sean Mannion. I love it. Even if it was with that compensatory third-round pick the Vikings have. But I don't know. Maybe he goes earlier. I'll probably tweet some reactions. Probably. The Giants, I think they go tackle. I just think that it's such a need for them. And it's... I mean, they have a chance to add a premier player. Simmons would be fun. And, like... I'm hoping they take Simmons just for Blackjack's sake because he had a tough time this last year with Daniel Jones being picked, and at least he would have his spirits lifted. He'd be the happiest day as a Giants fan in the past year if they took Isaiah Simmons. Yep, we're going to get to the stream, the head coach portion here shortly. What do we think the Colts do? You know, I like the Colts roster a lot. I was taking a look at it earlier, and I'm going to pull up some stuff here just so I can always reference what I need. But when I was looking at their team, I thought that they could add a wide receiver, potentially even at 13. Like, I don't look at this roster as having, like, a bunch of huge needs. I think they could consider edge rusher, but I don't see them going that route early on. They added Xavier Rhodes, and that's pretty much a flyer at this stage after how rough his 2019 was. I know PFF has running back as a need for them. I wouldn't really look at running back, especially because it's not like the strongest running back class. And I think Mack is a fine lead back. But I do think wide receiver would be smart for them. I don't think I've seen too many wide receivers mocked to them early on. Maybe I'm not seeing the right mock drafts out there. Oh yeah, they don't have 13. This isn't updated. My bad. San Francisco has that pick. I'm sorry. Yeah, this guy doesn't have it. They have a 34th pick, which is prime spot to go after somebody like Michael Pittman or another wide receiver. And they pick again at 44. As long as they didn't trade those picks away. That's why I haven't seen them mocked to get a receiver. That's not updated. The veteran quarterback market is really weird, Brandon, because like Dalton wouldn't be my first pick for veteran to add. I would want to add Cam. He's currently a free agent. Jameis Winston's a free agent. And I think, I believe Cam and Winston will be higher in demand than Andy Dalton. Well, I think Dalton could be more in demand over Winston if somebody just wants like a quarterback that can maybe play average. With Winston, you're probably getting a handful of games above average, another handful way below average. And who's willing to play with that level of variance right now? Obviously, nobody at the moment. I still think the Chargers should add Cam, but they have Taylor. They seem happy. You know, the Chargers are a team, their offseason tells me that they feel like they can win now, which I would agree with, but I think Cam Newton would help that out more. They added Linval Joseph and Chris Harris, two older free agents who are still quality players. You don't do that unless you think you can have a chance to win right now. Maybe they believe that with Taylor, emphasis on ball security, and their skill talent, that it will be enough. But I still think that with Cam out there, there's so much upside. Who do I think is the most talented player in the draft? Zackler. Most talented probably comes down to either Chase Young or Isaiah Simmons. Take your pick. I love the idea of what you could do with Simmons. He's very similar to Jamari Akinjide, who I drafted in my last Broncos season. And I hope that he goes to a team that's creative enough to not just play him at one spot. I don't have a ton of thoughts on Jordan Love yet. I know that I think I watched a game live earlier in the year and I wasn't all that impressed at the time, but that was just one game. Hoping Baltimore trades up for AJ Epinesa. What do you think they do? I don't think they have to trade up for Epinesa. I think that with his athleticism, he's going to probably go a little bit later. He ran a 40 time over 40 seconds, but I do think that he's the kind of edge rusher a team like the Patriots or Ravens could go after. But I think that the Ravens have such a good setup with their team, and they have so many picks in the top 100. I think that they'll go receiver because they just need more outside of Hollywood Brown. He can run more deep balls if you get somebody else to take care of a lot more of the intermediate stuff. So I would go receiver earlier than later for them. Tiger fan, Kane, I got to watch Clemson back when we beat Louisville 77-16. And I got to pat Isaiah Simmons on the shoulder pad after we stormed the field. Greatest day of my life. And help my Falcons go win a Super Bowl, please. Will do, Tiger fan. Thank you for the super chat. I say we get to the NFL head coach action, but I'll, of course, take some breaks to talk draft. Probably do that more so in-game because football is a sport of hundreds of natural breaks in the action. Who's the guy that gets drafted way too high? Ryan? I think Herbert, for one. Justin Herbert's going to get drafted way too high. I'm not that high on him. I think that there's so much you'd want him to get better at, and he played 4 years, and you're still waiting for certain things to get better. I just don't see what others see that love him. But appreciate the super chat. Let's change up the song and let's change up the focus of the action today. Brady and Gronk in Tampa. At the very least, it's going to be highly entertaining to watch. Tampa's trying to do what the Vikings did in 2009, and I love it. Have you seen any of the Utah Utes players at all? Yes, I have. I have seen Jalen Johnson. I am a fan of his. I think that he is a potential pick at 25 for the Vikings. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. NFL head coach back again, everybody. 94 approval. I'm not sure I can get it to go higher than this. We'll see. 12 days until our next game against the Giants, which will be post-trade deadline. That's going to be one of the focuses today. Do we try to trade some of our veterans? I think that we have some things to consider with Keith Brooking, and obviously I had what I think is a pretty good draft in my first go-around here. So getting Dino Peters, for instance, makes it a lot easier to look at moving a player like Keith Brooking. At the same time, the chat wants me to trade Ty Law. I don't think that's going to happen. I could also look at a trade possibly for one of our backup offensive linemen. We'll see, though. I think that I'm probably going to have better luck adding draft capital over players. Wouldn't mind a third receiver. So we'll just see. The trade deadline's coming up. We could trade Michael Turner. Jarius Norwood broke out in the last episode, but we would be basing that decision solely off of one game, which brings some risk. keep in mind. Also, what's the dead cap if we do trade Michael Turner? If it's significant, then it's not a move you want to do. He has 5 years left on his deal. It is a $36 million contract. Something tells me the dead money is a little too high at the moment. Connor, thank you for becoming a new member on the channel. By the way, member stream Sunday. This coming Sunday afternoon. I'll put a post out tomorrow for the members. For those of you not aware, the channel membership feature is just a way to support the channel, much like subscriptions on Twitch. And as a member, you get access to the two main perks are the emotes here, the custom emotes. We got, I'll post them all right now. But I also, on occasion, post some links to videos early. Sometimes it's an episode of Broncos or Kalispell. And then every month I do a channel member live stream where it's just me and the channel members, and sometimes I give a behind the scenes look at some things I'm working on for the channel, some ideas I have that I talk about before I, talk to everybody. So if that interests you, it is $4.99 a month, helps support me and the channel, and it's completely optional. Jerry Jeudy might be going to the Raiders. Yeah, I think that I'm going to mock them a receiver. Definitely think so. All right, I've never seen this pop up before. Bench player, Curtis Lofton. The owner and I have given it a lot of thought, and we think it is time to go in a different direction at this position. We need you to make the final decision. Please don't tell me I can lose any approval off of this, but Curtis Lofton is struggling for us right now, they're telling me. Kevin Burnett, who is older and lower in overall. This guy wants to prove that he can get the job done. I am not benching Curtis Lofton. That does not make any sense. Thank you, Rec, for becoming a new member on the channel. Much appreciated. Welcome. Is T. Higgins a first-round pick? He's borderline. But, I could totally see it happening. But at the same time, the draft is deep. And, we could see some players get pushed down just a little bit. Maybe, from the late first to the early second. Just the stage. Just because, teams know they can come back later on and add Tyler Johnson on day 3. Do I think Iowa is the best school for developmental NFL talent? I don't think they're the best. I think that they're up there, maybe the best, maybe one of the best in the Big Ten. At spots like offensive line especially. Pretty good history of tight ends lately too. I think for best, I have to say Alabama. They just put out so much pro talent, and a lot of those players are ready to play on day 1. Any big draft day trades you have happening? There will be trades in my mock, and one thing that I'm considering is a late first round Yannick Ngakoue trade. Maybe. We'll see. Barry Riggs is struggling. And here's another spot where they want us to maybe play Chauncey Davis, who is older and has 72 potential. I don't think that this is necessary. I already have an idea of who I want to give playing time to. Let me get to the game plan here before it expires.
What are we working on today?
Yeah, the 49ers are going to trade back. They have 2 first-round picks and then nothing until the 5th. And they're not going to shore up a lot of holes with day 3 picks. I mean, those are dart throws at best. So they should definitely trade back with either one of those first-round picks. In my mock, I'm considering trading them back from their first one because the earlier the pick, the more valuable the trade's going to be. So maybe they could trade with a team like Atlanta. All right, what are we working on? Cover 3. Screen. Cover 4. The lead toss. Seattle at pick 27. I could see them going for somebody like Ezra Cleveland. I don't think Schefter's going to be on, but I'll check it. Oh, good call. I'm going to mute that. Anything I missed? Also hope the Giants take Wills. Not much, sports fan. Just got into the NFL head coach action a few minutes ago. Talk some draft. Talk the Giants a little bit. I think they go Tristan Wirfs, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's Wirfs or Wills. New Chargers jerseys are definitely good. I like them a lot. I think we've seen some positive upgrades to the uniforms this offseason. You can back out and go back in to get a new spin of the practices available? Really? Well, this was about to expire. I'm not going to test it out here, but maybe on my next one. Let's go stick. Just a good, safe, underneath concept there. Thoughts on the new Colts logo? When I looked at it during the last stream, I couldn't tell the difference, and I haven't looked at it since. My approval's up to 95. This is fantastic. I don't know what exactly happened, but approval went up with nothing increasing. Fantastic work. What's really exciting, though, is that I feel that we're already getting to the point now where a lot of these plays are getting kind of the second level of practice work. So we're going from plays that aren't completely unknown to simply improved. An improved version of mastery. Contract talks with Ty Law. Now, he's going to be too old for us to consider signing again, I think. So I'll take a look, but 2.5 years. Or $2.5 million for 2 years. That's something I could get behind, but I wouldn't want to go a whole lot more. Something tells me we're not going to come to an agreement, because I am thinking more like this. 2.5 mil. Obviously, we could look at corner in the draft to pair somebody up with Demario Waddle. Let's go with this one. 21. Nope. How about package 33? That's going to be a no for me. I don't use the catch modifiers on Madden because I normally don't think of them. I know that's a weak excuse, but I never think of it. Sometimes I do, but it's very rarely. And I know the CPU doesn't do like possession enough. They seem to do maybe rack and aggressive, but they never do possession, which is really useful, and I should use it. I do think the Panthers could pick Simmons, and I think that it would be a fun way to start rebuilding that defense with him and Shaq Thompson. Contract talks with Patrick McCoy at 28 years old. Not sure we're going to have a big deal here, but for quality depth and for somebody who knows the playbook, I think in this game, because I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I'm probably going to value things like continuity because at least they're going to know the scheme, and that's going to be something I try to use to my advantage quite a bit. I don't want a ton of roster turnover. How fast do you think there will be technical issues in the draft? You're asking the real questions here. I put the over-under at, I would say 40 minutes into the draft. 30-40 minutes, because that's when the first trade could happen. And that's the first chance for a real issue. I know they did the whole Monday practice mock draft, but I wonder if they practiced like the communication that would lead to trading and whatnot. Imagine like the draft gets like paused for like a while as Goodell figures it out from his basement, and the draft runs until like 1:30 in the morning because of technical issues. If that's the case, I'm gonna need more snacks. I gotta be prepared for that. What's everyone doing for draft food tomorrow? Pretty much a staple for me is gonna be pizza. I know I'm gonna make a pizza. I want a big Chipotle burrito bowl. I want like quadruple meat. That sounds good. What do I want to work on exactly? Well, this outside zone, I wanted to call this one a lot last game. You'll learn 5 plays at once. Yeah, you don't learn a lot when you do those packages. It's mild improvements, but it gets you a lot of spread. And I think that I can consider that because I pretty much always have the chance now to call plays that we know. So now it's about improving the knowledge of those plays. Would you consider trading Leighton? I'm not there yet. We'll see what happens. Cajun wings, probably some chips and salsa. Man, I want some chips and salsa so bad. I don't have any salsa. I don't have a second favorite team. I cheer for the Vikings and I cheer for chaos. That's about it. Although I have a soft spot for the Chargers. I always have. So we're back here with Freddie Brockers, and I think that the demands here are just going to be way too much. I think I'm going to end this. Over $1 million. Doesn't seem like much, but it all adds up, and we're dealing with a much smaller salary cap. Who makes the first shock pick? The one that goes completely left field with their pick? Last year it was the Raiders, but they don't pick until, I think, 12. I think that there's potential for a big shock wave with the Jaguars, potentially. Other than that, I'm not sure we're going to see a big shock earlier with the quarterback needs, with Chase Young and the top tackles and the top receivers. I could see it not being too shocking there. We'll see. Yeah, the Giants, one thing I will say, I like to look at, all the possibilities here. All I'm going to say, though, is that Dave Gettleman did draft Shaq Thompson when the Panthers had Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis playing at a high level. So, Isaiah Simmons, got to think at least 5-10% chance over a tackle. Just maybe. Detroit, possibly. Although I just see them adding to their defense. Jeff Okudah, Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons. Something else would have to shock me over those three. All right, we're here with Mike Mularkey, offensive coordinator, and we can afford going to level 3 performance here. We are going to do that. So another upgrade for our OC. Who are the Jets taking? And that's an interesting spot, too, because it could be line or it could be receiver. I mean, the strength of the class says go tackle first because you can come back to receiver later. But someone's got to take Judy, someone's got to take Lamb, and someone's got to take Ruggs. Bring back the surf. Please don't spam, Carlos. I know that a lot of people miss the surf, but it's not fitting into what I want to do right now. Halfback stretch. That could be another outside run. I have so many halfback dives that have knowledge. I got to work on some of these outside runs that literally have no work on them. So that halfback stretch. There we go. Now we can start calling that one in game. Eagles got to go get a receiver. I think that I'm going to try to find a way for the Eagles to trade up in my mock. We'll see if it comes together. But they got to add another wideout. They don't have to trade up, but man, it would be fun to have them trade up and go get like CeeDee Lamb. How'd he get his approval this high? I'm a great head coach, that's how. What happened in the last episode was that we had a bunch of defining moments, and we succeeded on 2 of them and jumped the overall by like 20 points. So it was very lucky, especially because one of them was actually kind of a bug. We had to go for it on 4th down and get it, and there ended up being a challenge on the 3rd down play that was overturned, so it gave us a 1st down, and it gave us all the approval. It was really cool. All right, rigs. Nothing guaranteed. Pretty much sign any deal that has no guaranteed money. CeeDee Lamb to the Cards. Is that a shock pick? I'd be shocked by it personally. I think that O-line or defense is most likely. But wow, if they added D-Hop and CeeDee Lamb, that would be wild. I'm about 95% that the mock pick in my video tomorrow is going to be a lineman to the Cards. Not that I know anything. I'll do a predict the pick group, by the way, at NFL.com. You can join and put in your mock draft and see if you can come out on top. Thank you for becoming a member, Felicia Gant. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Again, channel member stream Sunday afternoon. Safety for the Vikings? Only if they trade Anthony Harris. And I think that one of the wild cards of this draft are all the potential traded players. There's some impact players. Yannick Ngakoue, Chris Jones, Anthony Harris. Probably forgetting somebody right now, but those 3 alone, if they're dealt for picks, that shakes up a lot. Now, I don't think that Harris would get a 1st round pick. Part of me thinks that a good team trading away a later 1st round pick for Ngakoue makes too much sense to not do. Trent Williams could be traded. OJ Howard, Leonard Fournette. I really don't think that Fournette has a lot of trade value, honestly. Because Bill O'Brien gave up all his picks already for David Johnson and Duke Johnson too. Part of me wanted to do. I was thinking about this earlier. I wanted to do my mock draft just as a joke and then fix it. Texans trade up to 32 and get DeAndre Swift. A chance Dez comes to the Vikings? Only in Madden. I don't think Jamal Adams gets traded. Just hand the man a lot of money. No, trade Trent Williams to the Vikings, please. I'm begging you, trade Trent Williams to the Vikings. We have an injury alert here. 5 days before the Giants game, Wayne Gandy, leg cramp, out 1 to 3 weeks. Man, we're testing our depth here along the offensive line, that's for sure. What's this player status thing? We have in negotiations, content, very happy. Anybody just flat out unhappy? Not yet. That's going pretty good. I can check out other teams, though. This is cool. Refusing to re-sign. We don't have anybody that's that upset. Unhappy about playing time. Lito Shepherd. That is so cool. I am guaranteed to make somebody unhappy with playing time at some point. Just because it's realistic, it'll be cool to see. But it hasn't happened yet for us. Yeah, 3-week cramps. Those gotta be pretty incredible cramps. Retiring after the season. I love that status. That's really cool. I wonder if that affects trade value for players. Like if you were trading away somebody who was retiring after the year, they shouldn't be worth a ton. No more than 3 or 4 if they're on the higher end, I'd say. Let's go to the Dolphins. They were losing last year. They're still losing. Okay, retiring after the season. Refusing to re-sign, a whole lot of that. Thinking about the future, aren't we all? This bye week is probably coming at a good time, too, because we had some health issues going into our last game. I gave the players their first ever full day off. Still have a couple questionable players, so I do want to keep out Ty Law, and obviously I'm not even starting Keith Brookings, so I'm not even going to worry about him practicing a whole lot. Overall, I think that the bye week just came at the perfect time for us. Let's keep out Baldwin as well. I want him ready to go. It's not too late to get Tab Perry back. I think the trade would just take too much to pull off. I'm not sure they'd take the 7th round pick or whatever. But I think that we would be like a day away from the trade deadline right now, so I should probably look at taking care of that immediately. Oh, top 5 draw plays. That sounds like a useful upgrade for us. Wartag, thank you for the super chat. Have you had Whataburger yet? Certainly have. I had that within a couple days of even visiting Texas. I'm a fan. Certainly a fan. It's a good burger. Hey, Kane, hope all is well. And what do you think the best 3 linebacking duos are? Thank you for the super chat. Feed 21. Obviously, your Cowboys are up there. I like the combo of Barr and Kendricks, but is that a top 3 one? I think that's up for debate. But Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch is certainly at the top. I think then you would look at like Fred Warner, Quan Alexander as a good duo. I'm trying to find the trade menu. I think it's under NFL or League. How do I trade? There's no way the deadline has passed. I can't have already missed it. Because the trade deadline is midweek. In week 8. And it's week 7. I passed? Okay. Shaq and Luke. Luke Kuechly retired. Sorry. Dupree and Watt. That's edge rushing tandem. I think he's talking off-ball linebacker. Urlacher and Briggs. Man, Marquise, you nailed it. Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs. Those Bears defenses. I hated watching the Vikings go to Soldier Field. I still do. Devin White, Levante David. Oh, yeah. That's a great one. Just kidding, I'm back. Here's some more money for your frozen pizzas. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. All right, where is the trade option? I missed it. Okay, I want to see then, they have a thing on here called important dates. Apparently, I didn't know when the trade deadline was. I thought it was like, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week. And apparently it's gone. Where are the key dates? It's not even showing that here. The full calendar gets put out, and now it's just 3 days. All right. That's just the glossary, though. It's not like actually being able to trade. I guess I missed it? I'm not sure which game I'm watching yet, though. Probably going to simulate a game or two. Is there a game that specifically you wanted to watch tonight? I know I'm not all that focused here. There's so much draft talk going on. I'm probably not going to cover as much as the previous ones. I believe the trade deadline was week 6 back then. Was it really? Thank you for the super chat, Shane. NFL trade deadline in 2008. Okay. Tuesday, October 14th. Wow. It was earlier back then. I didn't know that. Whoops. Robert, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Kane, how's it going? Who do you think my Seahawks draft? I'm hoping for Akeem Davis Gaither in the later rounds. I'm thinking they got to go offensive line early. There are so many good options. I could also see them going edge rusher. But I think in my mock, I'll probably have them taking Ezra Cleveland. But if somebody like Yetur Gross-Matos is there, I think he would be a Seahawks pick all the way. So I'm not getting any trades done, sadly. But I think that we're okay. We have to take care of some contracts, though. Jarius Norwood up for a new deal. And he's going to want big money on a team that already paid Michael Turner. That's not a good situation, and we are not going to be like the Carolina Panthers who traded or signed D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, both the big money. And guess what? The GM that did that was fired and is now back as the Panthers GM, Marty Hurney, everybody. Just paid CMC. So I can't see us getting a deal done here, not at these numbers. Kane watches Seahawks pick running back. If they pick a running back, I'll go live immediately. You can write that down. If the Seahawks take a running back in the first round, I'll go live immediately. Who knows? Maybe I will find a chance to go live tomorrow night, but I'm not promising anything or counting on it. Yeah, we don't want to invest too heavily into running back, but obviously Michael Turner is not our answer right now. I think that Jarius Norwood is. I love the way he played, and obviously when we play again today, he's getting the chance as the number one. I would be a great fit for rebuilding the Seahawks. I would get so many running backs. And you know how much it hurts that CJ Prosise hasn't panned out like I wanted him to? Huge CJ Prosise guy. Kane, who are you hoping the Vikings get with their picks? Maybe get another Diggs in Minnesota. Robert, I want them to go and address tackle, hopefully with one of the top guys. I know that, you know, Wills, Wirfs, and Thomas aren't going to be there. I think I'd be pretty happy, though, with even Josh Jones with one of their picks. And then maybe a corner. I think Jalen Johnson could be there. Not sure AJ Terrell will be. And then I want to get a receiver. I want to get a receiver in the first 3 picks they take. And I'm not exactly sure what my preference would be because there are just so many wideouts. Now, I'm a big Brandon Ayuk fan, I would be happy if they took him, but maybe there would be a better fit. Maybe someone like Michael Pittman or T. Higgins. Hey, Kane, who do you think my Saints will draft? I'm really hoping for Jordan Love, but I'd be really happy with Patrick Queen as well. Jake, I'm probably going to have them taking Queen, but they're not a team that has a lot of needs. That roster is pretty loaded, and if they wanted to secure a quarterback of the future, potentially, Jordan Love makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there are some good defensive tackles in the draft. It's not like the strongest area, but in the first round, you got Derek Brown, who's probably the first one off the board. Then Javon Kinlaw. I like him. Who does Burrow throw to in Cincy? AJ Green and Tyler Boyd. AJ didn't play last year. And Joe Mixon at running back. I wish I could see more info on these players while I'm doing the contract negotiations. I'm not fully prepared for everybody here. Kane, if you do a Seahawks rebuild, will you use running back Travis Homer? In the hypothetical rebuild I do with the Seahawks, I'd probably manage a few carries for Travis Homer. Maybe a little Rashad Penny. I would be shocked if the Patriots took Cole Kmet in the first round. Like, as the draft gets closer, just so much weird rumors are out there. Like, Cole Kmet's going to be a first rounder, and all this stuff is just garbage, I think. Kinlaw, second coming of Jadeveon Clowney. Oh. Thank you for the super chat, Robert. Very interested in where he goes. Kane, thoughts on my boys wanting to take a third linebacker in the first, like Chason and Murray, and wanting a quarterback in rounds 2 or 3. Can't see them going Kenneth Murray. I just don't think there's value in having 3 running backs on, or 3 linebackers on that level. Caleb on Chason, though, makes some sense. I think edge rusher's possible, but I think secondary's probably where they go. San Francisco is a tough one because with one of their picks in the first round, they're most likely trading down. I think that they're in good shape if they want to try replacing DeForest Buckner with somebody like Javon Kinlaw, but I think that not knowing which pick they're going to move down from is difficult. They could use a receiver. That's going to be a difficult one for me to navigate in the draft, even though they have 2 picks. Kane, I'll pay you more to do an actual Seahawks rebuild. Thank you, Robert. I don't know. I want to start a new project, a new rebuild soon. But if I do, it's probably not going to be like just a standard, here's a team I'm rebuilding. It's probably going to be with some sort of spin on it. But if the Seahawks were the team, simply, would that still interest you? I wouldn't do relocation with Seattle because I wouldn't get to use those glorious uniforms. We can't move them. Yeah, it would have to be some sort of spin I could put on it that would make sense. And I'm still thinking about that because I'm probably going to start a new rebuild on the second channel sometime in the near future. It's just, it's not going to be like the Bucks. It's going to be that same format, but there's going to be a different type of spin thrown on it. A lot of Travis Homer comments. Who remembers Adam Kane from the Broncos rebuild? I don't. Who's that guy? If I do something on MLB, it's probably going to be during the summer. I think it's a little difficult right now to even get in the baseball spirit. Unfortunately. I was looking forward to baseball season too. I was going to be playing fantasy baseball every day, having so much fun. What team is the biggest bust next year? Josh, thank you for the super chat. Some teams I'm down on next year. I'm down on the Rams. I'm down on the Vikings a bit, even though they're my team. I'm down on, obviously, like teams like the Bengals and Panthers probably won't be too competitive. The Jaguars, obviously, I don't like what they're doing at the moment. The Patriots are going to be an interesting one because how do they build when Tom Brady isn't an option? We just don't know what that universe is like. They're going to play good defense, but then what on offense? Is their running game good enough? I don't think so. The passing game is not good enough. So what do they do? We'll start to piece that together tomorrow night. Let's have Brockers active. Only way he's going to get any playbook knowledge or anything. Devin Duvernay? Yeah, solid. Borderline day 2, day 3 slot receiver, I think. All right, everybody. We are ready to go against the New York Football Giants to break this tied record. This is one I'm just going to simulate. Let's see if we can get above 500. Maybe have a shot to get this approval to 99, everybody. Let's go. Week 8 is here. We're just going... Oh, I need to change the quarter length first. I say the Bucks are the biggest bust next year. Agree? I don't know yet, Robert. Because I love what that offense is going to do. Don't really love the defense a lot. The secondary had a rough season. Very young secondary, though. So maybe they do just see some natural improvement there as those players gain experience. I don't know. Betting against Tom Brady just hasn't worked out too much. This is certainly a different type of scenario. We simmed the Giants game. That's not good. We lost. Overall, the approval's down to 91. What? What did Eli do to our defense? 45-3. What happened coming off the bye week? 7 for 28. This was a Dolphins-like performance. Norwood, 46 yards. I don't even want to check our numbers. What did the Giants do? 3 touchdowns. Good day for Eli, but he was not the only quarterback to play. They got to play their backup. They got to run the football with Steven Jackson and Brandon Jacobs. There's a bruising tandem. Holy cow. Can you imagine those two guys running against these 235-pound linebackers these days? $153 touchdowns. Amani Toomer, Plaxico Burress, Kevin Boss, and Mario Manningham. Well, doesn't get much worse than that. Steven Jackson was so good for a long time. It's a shame he wasn't on a better team. There's a huge correlation between elite level running backs and just being on the most awful teams. Or mediocre in the case of Adrian Peterson. The Vikings teetered between terrible and mediocre with a couple playoff runs. Thoughts on Percy Harvin wanting to come back? Caden, bring him to Minnesota. He wants to come back to the Vikings, I hope. Just to see what could happen. Here's some money. Have it go towards your salary cap to spend on better defense players after a 45-3 loss. Something's wrong with both sides of the ball. Thank you, Robert. That was not a good outcome for us. Perhaps it's a good time to scout more on the defensive side of the football. I should get to know the cornerbacks. We got Waddle, but obviously we need more, especially with the age of Ty Law at 35. Remember Plaxico in your Vikings franchise? He had like 78 speed or something ridiculously low. Because like regression in Madden 12 was super harsh on things like speed. Remember Kenyon Barner in there? I had him as a Pro Bowl rookie kick returner, but he had F potential and his speed dropped by like 12 points after his rookie season. Yeah, I want to take another look at our depth chart here. This is the defense that got absolutely annihilated. We have Jamal Anderson. It looks like he's fatigued, but it's Tuesday. I think that's just kind of the effects of playing a game just a few days ago. Can you imagine, like, this system today dealing with this kind of fatigue with a Thursday night game coming up? Those are the kinds of problems I want to have to navigate through in Madden. I would have an absolute blast with that reality. So obviously we couldn't stop the run. Didn't stop the pass either. Hopefully it's an anomaly and it doesn't happen again. By the way, is Marco Dawkins getting closer to ready to play? The reason he's not starting is just playbook knowledge, which still needs a bit of work. Wouldn't he learn faster playing? He would. That'd be the fastest way to go about things. I just think that starting too many rookies would lead to more 45-3s, but if it happened now, then I don't know. All right, coming out of that awful Jets game, we are dealing with Ty Law at 78 health. Looks like a few more players are questionable here, including Keith Brookings still. Baldwin, low fatigue for him. That's a 50. Feels like he's been just gassed all season long. D-line is one of our weakest spots, too. We really want him out there. I wouldn't mind maybe an off day or something here. We could use some recovery. Might have to look at that more. I'm not sure if that should be a core part of what you do in a game like this. Maybe a day off a week is something you gotta look at. But we just had the bye, so I felt like we were going to be well rested and everything was going to be fine. Well, it's not fine. Most slept on team that can be like the Titans next year, I think the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think anyone's going to give them a shot. But in a division with the Panthers and 2 aging quarterbacks, Tom Brady on a brand new team, Drew Brees, who thought about retiring this offseason, I don't think anyone's going to give them a shot. I think their offense is going to be solid again. They had a better second half of the year than first last year and went 7-9. If they can make some meaningful defensive upgrades, the Falcons are going to be a team that no one gives a chance and should. Let's go with some blitz combos. Derek Brown. A lot of people linking him to the Lions. If that doesn't work out, I think that it would be possible for him to go to the Cardinals, maybe. I don't know. He's a tough one for me to place in this round. If it's not, I guess the Panthers are another possibility, but I just think that when they're on the clock, they're gonna have a chance to make a more impactful selection. Who did the Vikings pick this year? O-line, defensive end, corner, or receiver? All the above. Just about the order. I think the order is gonna be tackle, corner, receiver, edge. Uh-oh, another injury. Steven Nicholas, torn triceps. He is out for the season. Our defense that just gave up 40-plus points just got weaker. Michael Boley, Curtis Lofton, Dino Peters. I was actually having Nicholas kind of be like a backup edge rusher too. So this is just a rough situation overall. Yeah, this is why Coleman's playing. So much mastery of the playbook already. We need that veteran presence. Did I miss a super chat? Oh, Winston, thank you. I think I just had looked away or something. What do you think my Ravens are drafting? I want Kenneth Murray. Also, thanks for Calais Campbell or Marcus Peters. I don't know which, but one was Minnesota pick. Yeah, that's Campbell. That was the Corey Vedvik trade. 5th round pick. They flipped that for Calais Campbell. Wow, what a turnaround. I think Murray is an opportunity for them later on. When I looked at their roster, I thought it was linebacker, maybe edge rusher, and receiver. I think that they have the draft capital to look at trading up for a wideout if there's a guy they love. But I think that because they're, a rush-heavy, 2 tight end offense, and they got Hollywood Brown last year, they will not target receiver in the first round again. So I think Kenneth Murray, like you do. Why does everybody keep talking about John Ursua? Wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, yeah. I knew I recognized the name. He has 1 catch in his career. I'm just going to type him into mockdraftable.com because I know how the Seahawks tend to get players. John Ursua. What mockdraftable.com is, it's kind of a bunch of data from the Combine. And he didn't even compete at the Combine. So he doesn't have data here. But he is a 26-year-old receiver with 1 career catch. He's 5'9", 182 pounds. He was a 7th round pick. And the chat, for some reason, keeps bringing him up. All right, game plan time. This is going to be a day off. I think the team needs it. Last time I gave them a day off, they won a big game against New Orleans. Let's hope we can repeat it here against the Jets. Cancel practice. It's a day off. That should help some approval. +4. Sweet. Some players have different reactions to that. +7 for Tyson Clabo. I thought maybe it would be players who like needed the rest more that would appreciate it. Pretty much 3s across the board. I wonder if anybody didn't like that. Nope, don't see that. I think we're going to watch the game after the Jets, okay? Yeah, I think I saw Marquise Blair make a few plays last season. I know when I get called off work, I don't complain. That's funny stuff right there. Emmett Thomas back to 5K now. Do we have something to spend this on? Development for defensive linemen is intriguing. I've put so much into other areas for coach development, not so much for like directly upgrading the players' skills. But what's the right thing to do here with these 5,000 points? I think what's kind of intriguing is to go for this improved tackling. That was one skill that was weak for us. I'm going to put this into tackling. I'm calling the shots on this one. All right, 6K here for linebackers coach Glenn Pyers. Performance. Let's go to level 2. Right off the bat here. 3,600 left. We could still go for more. He doesn't call plays, so I don't think that this is a good idea. Team chemistry. Can't go back to performance, but I could if I waited. And perhaps, you know, we have linebackers that need time. Michael Boley, Curtis Lofton, Dino Peters. Maybe I should look at one of these. Intangibles or learning. Intangible attributes or developing play knowledge. I'm going for these intangible attributes. Let's get that up. I think there's a lot of Seattle fans in the chat here. Throw your 12s up if you're a Seahawks fan right now. The only organization to have a number retired dedicated to their fan base. A lot of Seahawk fans. I like Ayuk as well. I can't wait to see where he ends up. He's a really fun player. Boost the abilities of your quarterbacks. What do these ones do again? Is that just like the in-game, like this play is better for Matt Ryan? The Seahawks pay Texas A&M to use that slogan. That is also hilarious. Yeah, Ngakoue, I think he gets dealt pretty soon. I still think the Giants make sense. I think that's probably the team that makes the most sense to me. Special in-game boost. Yeah, that's not really what I want. Obviously, when I sim, it's not as helpful either. I like why sit. One of my favorite red zone plays, and I want to make sure I have enough go-to plays there. Something tells me that the person who runs the Taquan Layton account might be a Seahawks fan, just maybe. Any chance Odell gets traded again? I don't think this year. I think they're going to go at least one more year with Odell Beckham. I don't think there was anything to the rumors. As exciting as it was to follow for a good day. You know, it made one of these days here go by a little bit faster. A little more fun. I see you, cool kid. Ayuk reminds me of Calvin Ridley. Ooh, that's an interesting comp. Yeah, I just think Ayuk can make plays at all 3 levels. He's a fun, explosive player, too. Good after the catch. That's why I want out. I'm sad the Seahawks cut Malik Turner. I'm sorry about that. Some of these graphics aren't too bad for 2009. Some of these scenes here, some decent set pieces, I'd say. But in-game, obviously, kind of an ugly game. Maybe I'll switch up some of the inactives here just a little bit. Drexler's healthy again, so there's some good news. Alrighty, we have our matchup now against the Jets. After losing, what was it, like 45-3? There's no way this game is any worse. We've got to do at least marginally better. So here we got the Falcons and the Jets, and this time we've lost again. We're 3-5. Not great. 26-10, another bad performance from Matt Ryan, it looks like. It was better, but when this is an improvement, that's a problem. 50% completion, 2 more picks, $166 in the air. How about the running game? Nothing. We cannot run the football. All we can do is throw it to Ben Watson. Not much more than that. On defense, anything? No sacks. No takeaways. Couple deflections. How's Waddle doing? I can't check the receptions allowed. The Jets, Kellen Clemens, 200 yards, 16 for 22. And another team that just gets it done on the ground. This run defense is really holding the team back. That's got to get shored up. Hey, Vernon Golston got a sack. That's more than he had in his NFL career. Should the Broncos take Lamb or Ruggs? I think I'd rather have Lamb, but I think Lamb will be gone by the time they select. But I love the idea of adding Ruggs to that offense with Cortland Sutton and Drew Lock. I think they go receiver. So it looks like after 2 consecutive losses, the game we're going to spend some time in today is going to be that Eagles game. And it's a key one. We don't want to lose 3 straight. I'm not expecting the playoffs, but I would like to see, 7-9, 8-8 be a possibility. And that reality is slipping away as we speak. I'm not sure where these backup quarterbacks go. I think that one could find their way to the Raiders. They have 2 veterans on the roster. Maybe they add somebody young. I think the Vikings, because they don't have much behind Kirk Cousins. I'd love to see them get Jalen Hurts. But like Jake Fromm, I don't know. You know, most teams in the league could use a decent backup, so it's kind of a dart throw at that point. But maybe if you looked at some quarterbacks in questionable situations, maybe a team like, what about the Rams? What if they want to get out from a Goff's deal at some point? Maybe. Patriots got to take quarterback some point. Yep. Kane, who's your favorite top prospect and your top sleeper? My top sleeper would probably have to be Antonio Gibson, but he's a fairly popular sleeper at this stage. I'm going to run through some more players tomorrow, and hopefully I have a few more that I can have as sleepers. But my favorite top prospect? I think looking at what I'm most entertained by, usually like wide receivers and high-level corners and safeties. For me, it's probably got to be CeeDee Lamb. Just one of the most fun players to watch in the whole draft. My quarterback sleeper would probably have to be just Jalen Hurts. Out of all the later quarterbacks, I don't think most of them are all that intriguing. I think in that next, like, guys that won't go day one, like, I don't know if Love does, but guys like Fromm, Jacob Eason, and then you go, like, super deep. You got, like, the Shea Pattersons of the world, Anthony Gordon. I kind of like Anthony Gordon, but there's just so much for him to improve on. I just like his arm and some of his aggressiveness. Low roster size. What are we at? What's the player comp for Lamb? A lot of people like DeAndre Hopkins, and I see that. I think he's better after the catch than Hopkins. He's really unique. It's hard to find a guy to compare him to, I think. I'd totally take Gordon on day 3, though. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I'd rather have a 7th round quarterback than an undrafted because you get 4 years of team control on that contract. That's very cheap. Alright, we got to work on some defense. Can we get like our top 5 like run defense plays or something? Someone said I could re-roll these options. These are certainly different. Let's just go man zone. Work on defense. They need it right now more than the offense does. Yep, we're going to get into the Eagles game. We will get through that one. We're going to coach it. I know I've been pretty sidetracked here at the draft. I think the next one I do will be a little bit easier to make some more progress in. Poona Ford gonna break out. I kind of like Poona Ford. Doing pretty well tonight, Chase. Having a good time. I am ready for game day. I still gotta wait 5 days. I do play fantasy football, yep. I play a lot of different formats. The only one I don't really play is Dynasty. But I like best ball. I do 1 season long. And a lot of daily as well. Man, Baldwin's at 27 fatigue. Just keep him out. Let me go to my team philosophies here so it's like an automatic thing. A super flex league this year? Yeah, that's an interesting format. I know there's some daily fantasy out there that does super flex, and I always love taking advantage of having 2 quarterbacks. It's weird because you have 2 quarterback leagues that are pretty straightforward. It's like, you know, you got 2 quarterbacks, but super flex, you can play a quarterback, but you're pretty much guaranteed that if you do play a quarterback, that you're sacrificing some upside, because on a week-to-week basis, quarterbacks are usually not the top performers, but they're usually very high regardless. You know, on most point scales, they're going to get you 15, 20 points, but there's going to be a lot of running backs and receivers every week that outscore them. So that's an interesting risk reward to try to balance. I tend to just play 2 quarterbacks when I can. Practice at moderate fatigue. I think a dynasty league though would be a lot of fun, but the one area that wouldn't be as much fun would be like the yearly draft. It just wouldn't be the same. Very different kinds of drafting. Let's re-roll those. I'm glad that was told to me that I could do this. It's a nice little tip. This is going to be a tough game too, because these Eagles were pretty good with Donovan McNabb. So I think we're going to have our work cut out for us to get a victory this week. Oh, I'm on slow speed too. That hasn't helped things. One idea I had for a rebuild that I thought would be fun would be 7th round picks only. Not sure I'd set it up exactly, but I think it'd be more challenging than an undrafted rebuild, because when you pick from undrafteds, you're picking from like over 100 players, but when you're drafting in the 7th round, you have to be more decisive and you're only going to get a handful of shots. There we go, got some work here on the off-tackle runs. Nobody thinking about David Blau, backup quarterback of the Lions, who made Thanksgiving interesting for a minute with the way they began that game against Chicago. I had the sim speed on slow just because I was trying to figure out if I was past the trade deadline and didn't want a lot of time to pass. Turns out the trade deadline in this era was in week 6, not week 8. So I completely missed it. And I probably had it missed by last episode anyway, so it's not that I messed it up today. But now I know for the future at least. Kind of a weird deal there. Reroll, please. I'm just going to keep going with these main zone plays. We got to get some real mastery here. Still a little bit of unlearned, but we're getting some progress at least. Yeah, I still can't believe Cam's unsigned. He's gonna go somewhere. I have no idea where, but I think whoever gets him is an incredibly lucky team. Got a super chat here. Not sure when this was sent. Cool kid, Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers? I think Rodgers is still like my preferred quarterback right now, just because he's one of the best passers in the NFL, but Lamar's certainly up there. Oh, that was just sent. I happened to refresh the page just to see if I missed anything. I think what you got to consider, though, is it's not just for that kind of debate. It wouldn't just be Rodgers versus Lamar. It's versus that whole scheme. It's not just a one-player swap, because the Ravens run the most unique offense in the NFL. They throw it to their tight end more than any other team in the league. They're so run-heavy, and there's no quarterback in the league quite like Lamar Jackson that can run and throw like him. Is Xavier Shorts overall getting better? Because it's at 62. That feels like it's gotten at least a little bit more. Acceleration has some movement, awareness, catching needs some love, route running. You can tell that some stuff is moving, but I can't tell the progress. How long is this series going to be? You know, I'm not exactly sure. But just kind of going with the flow. It might end whenever I'm fired. Which hopefully isn't anytime soon. 87 approval, though, going into this game. It's a big one. Again, we do not want to fall in 3 straight contests here. But we have a tough matchup against Philadelphia. So I think we're going to have to get some special play out of our team tonight to get this win. Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson, I'd take Russ. Russ is my favorite quarterback in the league. And I wish he was a Viking. If the Seahawks do pick a running back, you will go live for real? Yep. Running back in the first round. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor, doesn't matter who. All right, everybody, it's game day here, Falcons and Eagles. We should get to look at our opponents here just a little bit. We're up against Donovan McNabb. I thought we were facing McNabb, but it's actually Kevin Cobb. Is McNabb hurt? Because I know I saw McNabb earlier in the episode, somewhere. Kevin Cobb's a quarterback, though. Brian Westbrook, wow. Deshaun Jackson at 24 years old. Reggie Brown, Kevin Curtis. L.J. Smith. William Thomas, Todd Harrimans. All right, at center they're a little weak, but this is a really good offensive line overall. Now, how about this defense? The D-line's a little weak. Maybe we can get our run game going. This defense is not impressive at all. Asante Samuel, Lito Shepard, Brian Dawkins. Okay, he's good, obviously. But I think it's a good matchup for us to run the football, so long as we don't get on the wrong end of those Brian Dawkins hit sticks.
All right, let's kick it to the left.
Maybe Minnesota got him early. Oh, boy. Let's play some football, everybody. Philadelphia will open with possession. Here's the cutback and a spin. Up to the 29-yard line. I'm not an Eagles fan, no, I'm a Vikings fan. Oh, sweet, a penalty on them. Okay, back them up. So I think my first and primary goal here is going to be stopping the run. We have to stop losing because of that. We're obviously up against Brian Westbrook today and a very good offensive line for Philadelphia. I think we'll see D-Jax against Mario Waddle as Kevin Cobb fires across the middle, and that's incomplete. Probably no super sim in this episode. Demario Waddle wears number 24. He is the corner top of your screen. As the Eagles come out in the shotgun. This was not a good success score on the last play here against shotgun passes, but that should help. Only 4 yards. Waddle's going to have a pick six. I can feel it. I think it's going to take something like that to help us out. On 3rd and 6, Kevin Cobb throws underneath, and that's enough for a first down. Not many good plays here against shotgun pass. And focusing a bit more on that success score. We're just going to do what we can, and hopefully we can reverse some of these success scores. How much would it take for me to get traded that I can super chat? No bribes. What is that?
Oh, it's on us? Ah, nuts.
Did Taquan Layton throw that ball? Oh yeah, pass interference? Excuse me, that was hardly a pass. That should be intentional grounding, if anything.
I don't believe this.
It isn't a bribe, it's just convincing money. Not bad. Oh, wow, that penetration and a fumble! We got it! Falcons football! Yes! It's going to take some turnovers. It's going to take the ball bouncing our way. But I know we can find a way to win this game. I need you behind me today, everybody. What is the Falcons hashtag? Hashtag rise up. And before I get a delay a game here, I'm going to have to call a timeout. I'm looking for the perfect play, you know?
Run it up the gut.
Thoughts on Gronk to the Bucks? It's exciting. That's all I can say. Matt Ryan in the offense, open with a run. Here's Jarius Norwood getting the start, and he is absolutely demolished after a 4-yard gain. Can't forget about some of these mastered outside runs now that we worked on multiple practices leading up to this game. We actually have a game plan we could activate here. I wonder what it is. It is the effectiveness of your top 5 outside run plays. I'm not going to use it here. 2nd and 6. Here's Norwood. That's a good form tackle. Not bad. You think someone's going to trade for Jordan Ta'amu? You have to show that he would be like starting caliber. That's what gave Cobb that market. He had some really good games.
Okay, we're passing.
Wait, Ta'amu's in KC. I kept thinking Philly because we're playing Philly right now. 3rd and 3 for Matt Ryan. That throw is a bit short, but that's caught inside the 10-yard line. Harry Douglas. We have a good success score on this play, but it's relatively unlearned. Let's see if we can block for it anyway. Just a 2 tight end dive. I mean, what's there to learn? Just run up the middle. Or so I thought.
All right, guys, 1 deep.
Yeah, engage 8. And I can't audible in this game. It's impossible for the user to audible. It's not even a feature. 2nd down and goal now for Matt Ryan as he feels that rush. One-handed catch by Ronnie White. Wow. Yes, please. Touchdown, Falcons. How do you like that start? Our success score when we call field goal, by the way, is only a 47. That doesn't seem very good. Extra point by Kurt Reeves is up and good.
All right, let's kick it to the right, guys.
I like this view a lot. I think it'd be a lot of fun if we could watch actual NFL games with like multiple cameras. I would really enjoy that. Like, what's that cam that they used on NBC sometimes for Sunday Night Football? Or was it Thursday night? I can't remember. But they did like, you know, the Madden camera. What is it called? I'm a big fan of it. How's Mike the Mike doing? Not too bad. He's less than a year old. Doing well. False start. Sky Cam. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Sky Cam. More Sky Cam, please. We have to get the Sky Cam and the Sky Judge. Spreading out the defense here to start this new drive. Kevin Cobb, what was that? That'll never get you traded to the Cardinals in this universe. They're really testing our depth here as we spread out. Haven't really had to play a game yet with a lot of 4 receiver sets. But that's exactly what it said. This is a 2-back look. It was off sometimes in the last game too. It told me there was 4 receivers on a play when there was 2 tight ends. I called a dime play and they ran for a touchdown. Pressure's on. Oh, that's close. Nice hit to Mario Waddle. To D-Jax. Waddle is like a month into his NFL career and he's already a shutdown corner. I'm so proud. He gave up a touchdown on the fluky play last episode, though. It was through the hands of one receiver. Perfectly bounced to another. Would love to blitz here, but I'm not feeling it 3rd and 15. I want to call a play we know, though. Ooh, I don't know what they called. Coordinator called this one, guys, so if it fails, we got to fire somebody. 3rd and 15. Play fake Cobb. He's pressured. Delivers. Come on. That's a first down. I'm not happy about it. I like that we're getting pressure, though. This line is supposed to be good. They're not playing great. And also, they're not running the ball with Brian Westbrook, which is fantastic news for us. He's Jalen Ramsey, but more versatile. I still think the comp is Patrick Peterson. As the pass goes off the mark again from Cobb. He can't throw versus this zone coverage. I gotta agree, I think Cobb is very much rattled. I'm not sure why they're putting the game on him so much. Kevin Cobb, 2nd and 10, outside, knocked away by Mario Waddle. The more I can say his name in a video, the better we're probably playing. Will I ever do a career mode series? I prefer doing team-based stuff. I just think it's more exciting. More what I enjoy. Play fake. They dump it over the middle. Tackle made. Just shy of midfield. So far, this defense is playing lights out, I think. Anybody got a record on Philly coming into this game, by the way? Can I check, like, the NFL standings from here? This is like a Palm Pilot or something in 2009. Didn't have the iPhone quite yet. Where's standings at? Let me connect to this 3G quick and find the standings. That's returned from the 12 up to the 20. Not bad. You had the BlackBerry, though. Man, the BlackBerry, people loved it. I never had a BlackBerry. Too many buttons. And they were tiny. You know when the smartphones became a big thing? I was really slow to adopt because I'm like, I don't like the touch screen. I can never touch the icon that I want to touch when I'm typing. So I'm going to wait this out for the next thing. Well, we're still there. Falcons running this again. The stiff arm from Jarius Norwood, but the recovery as he picks up 4. Oh, yeah, I remember the T-Mobile sidekick. Yeah, that was a classic. I remember I had someone's at some point, and I felt like whenever I was opening it, like the whole thing was going to spin off that hinge, and it was going to go flying. I didn't trust it.
All right, guys, we're 1 deep.
We're 3 and 5. I don't know what the Eagles are. Why doesn't Waddle do kick returns and punt returns? Just to give somebody else more experience and to lessen the injury risk. Speaking of, injuries have popped up as the pass goes outside and will be very close to a new set of downs. What is it telling me here? What's happened? Vaughn Hutchins, cornerback. X-rays pending, so that must have been on the special teams play. They gave us the first down on that. Madden would have never given us that spot. I love NFL head coach. The only Madden game I played on the phone is Madden Mobile, and that was for like 2 days. Uh-oh. That is not how you want to run the football.
That's not what we needed.
That's not good. 2nd and 15, everybody. You wanted it. I think it's time to deliver the waddle fade. I'm totally down with it. I gotta delete one of these, though, because I can't just sit here with 2 waddle fades and one's the wrong one. Would I rather have Judy, Riggs, or Lamb? Man. Judy's probably the safest. Lamb. Probably gotta go CD. I don't know. Outside, that is nearly picked for Demario Waddle, so that didn't work. Third and long. I'm not sure we have much here I like. Bunch fades a play I want to work on. Deep attack is an option. I'm also okay just throwing a screen here. Let's go deep in. We've worked on this play quite a bit. Let's flip the camera a little bit too. Ryan, 3rd and 15. He's going to go underneath and just play it super safe. By the way, this format here is awesome for streaming because of all the downtime. You guys get to fill it all with your insightful comments and feedback. There's plenty of insightful comments and feedback. I do have to wade through a little bit of spam. Not too much. Yeah, next draft, Waddle. You're going to have Jamar Chase. Man, Jamar Chase is a monster. 1st and 10, Philadelphia taking over for drive 3. Do they finally involve Brian Westbrook? Nope, he's blocking as Kevin Cobb throws incomplete again. My thoughts on the Browns? In desperate need to change that team culture. They added all this talent, which, by the way, their first round hauls in the last 5 years, not as impressive as I thought it was. Basically, you know, you got Baker and Denzel Ward. Otherwise, they have not made the most of all these extra picks they've had. But they're still a talented team nonetheless. They've still acquired a lot of good players. Cobb fakes it now. What does Westbrook got to do to get the football? That's incomplete. Man, this is the team that allowed 40-plus points. But that was a team, the Giants, that ran the football. And the Eagles just have absolutely no interest. Oh, yeah, and Garrett, yeah. But I was thinking more like the Cameron Irving, Danny Shelton. Those are picks that could have been better spent. Third and 10 on the edge. Intercepted! Demario Waddle. How many is that? Is that 4 picks now on his rookie season? Unbelievable. 2nd turnover of the quarter for Philly. Justin Gilbert, Jabril Peppers. I haven't tried any head coach 09 sliders. No. I haven't really looked too much into that. Have a little. 1st and 10 here as we take over. That's a short throw, and we've got the first down. Good pickup there of about 12 yards. Oh, yeah, Nick Chubb was a slam dunk pick in the second round. He's one of their best overall players. He's a top 5 running back, I think. We're going to run it again. Uh-oh, there's some trouble for Norwood. And there's another injury here. What's up? It is Barry Riggs out for game. Okay. If we wanted to, we could look at putting Drexler out there, especially if we build a lead. I'd love to see him try to rush the passer with that 95 speed. And yes, you heard that correctly. 9.5. And quarter's done. Okay.
Okay, that's the quarter.
Yeah, I say at right end here, why don't we just see what Drexler can do? Let's get him some snaps. He needs them. If he doesn't play well, I'll take him out. What was his number, by the way? Anybody catch that? I don't want to go back in. The menus are slow. Yep, I'll do a mock draft tomorrow. What happened to Michael Turner? Ineffective, benched, now behind Jarius Norwood on the depth chart. Come on, man. Give me is my clipboard? Oh, that's my fault. I have to call my play. Pistol, Y-sit. When in doubt, throw the Y-sit. Oh, yeah, 69. Nice. Oh, I'm super excited for the draft, man. I think I love the draft more than the Super Bowl. Here's Matt Ryan. He dumps it off. And a good pickup here. Turning upfield to the 10-yard line. Not bad. Like, I know tomorrow I'm going to wake up easy. There are a few days a year where I'm so excited I can wake up no matter how much sleep I had at any time. And the first day of the draft is one of those days. I can't wait. Drexler's number 63? Really? Uh-oh. They're swarming. Norwood can't escape. That was close. They're just blitzing like every time we run. Man, I'm even getting conflicting information on the number. His number is 69. There, that's it. Using my second timeout to avoid delay a game. You know what? We're calling it.
Look for the back.
We're going to go to DeMario Waddle here on a screen. If this doesn't work, we can set up something for Ben Watson or Roddy White. We're going Waddle screen. Second and goal from the 11. Ryan dumps it off. Waddle on the outside. Makes a man miss. Touchdown! Wait, he stepped out. You gotta be kidding me. No! No! This can't happen. Heartbreaking, man. A rookie mistake. Yeah, that's what we gotta call it. Rookie mistake. All right, tight end stick. Perfect call here to go to Ben Watson, perhaps. Let's see if Ryan gets us in the end zone this time. Matty Ice. Wide open. No! They jarred it out at the catch point. Do not give me a defining moment. Oh, my goodness. Defining moment. I don't lose much for kicking. I'm kicking. I care about winning today, not losing.
All right, guys, let's kick the field goal.
If Reeves misses this, by the way, he's cut. He's messing with my job status if he misses this kick. See you later, Kurt Reeves. You gotta be kidding me with that. He doinked it from like 2 feet away. Come on. Come on.
Can't believe that just happened.
Bro. Seven 0 Atlanta. Back to the air with Kevin Cobb. Why run the football when you can get sacked at the 20 instead? Well played. Oh, of course, a face mask. Just give him points. You know you want to do it, head coach. You have Waddle step out. Watson loses the football. A missed chip shot field goal. Whatever that was. Still got 3/4 of this to go. CPU out here just straight cheating. They don't care. What's going on, Not the Expert? Glad to see you here. 1st and 10. Cobb. There's some trouble. He's going long this time. Knockdown. DeMario. No, that's Kerry Rhodes. Rhodes closed, everybody. Not Waddle. We have more than one playmaker on defense. But Philadelphia has forgotten about Brian Westbrook. Completely forgotten about him. Yeah, all these games want to treat me poorly. Like, they're lucky I just can't get enough video game football. I have too much patience. Another fake. That is caught? How'd that not get knocked down? I'm blitzing this time. I do not trust the CPU. I am definitely blitzing this time. I think I want to go... Oh, it's unlearned. The only way to learn, though, is by calling it. When I called man-to-man on that 3rd down on the last drive, that led to the DeMario Waddle INT. That's why I want to call man coverage and bring the heat. Cobb dumps it. Yeah, that's right. I can call a defense. I think I'm a lot better at calling defense than offense. Anybody want to disagree? Who caught that Broncos game today? Bang, the punt is going out of bounds. That was awful. Wow. Trying to one-up our kicker, missing a 17-yarder. What is kind of disappointing is I can't flip created plays. So I would have liked to ran that Waddle screen to the open side of the defense, but it's set up to run to the right side, so it will always run to the right side. We run, and we continue to get caught in the backfield here. Norwood fights to get a yard. I mean, he deserves an award for doing that. Yeah, I think an Iron Man option would be... It's necessary, and I think when you have players that can do multiple roles like Taysom Hill, like, you need more than just special formations that sub guys in. They're getting there with, like, you know, defensive tackles can now be subbed in at fullback, but there needs to be more universal freedom to have players that can be weapons. To the air on 2nd and 9. There's a lot of pressure. What a move, Matty Ice. I don't even care that you just threw it like that. That was pretty cool animation. I'm not sure I trust Matt Ryan to go deep in this game. I think that's a pick waiting to happen, honestly. I'm going bunch mesh. I think Ryan's just a little unpredictable. Matty Ice at his coldest. Yeah, he's freezing right now. Blitz off the edge. Throw over the middle, and that was almost picked. What a great call by Philadelphia. Who's their defensive coordinator in this game? Is it Jim Johnson, who sent a zone blitz like every single play? Am I right on that? Fact check me. We got 4 minutes to go in the first half. I feel like we should be winning by more than 7. But at least Philly hasn't done much on offense. And Westbrook is still looking for, I think, his first or second carry. I cannot explain why they've been as pass heavy running this air raid in the late 2000s. It's a little strange. Hey, thank you for popping in, Dan. Appreciate that. By the way, members stream on Sunday. Hope to see you there. We got some pressure. That is deflected and dropped. Waddle had primary coverage again. Penalty, pass interference on DeMario Waddle. You think Waddle has to pass interference to cover somebody? Come on, refs. I haven't seen the Raiders' new stadium. It's just like a 3D rendering or something. Who is that edge? He is amazing. Yeah, our left end is just killing it out there. Our left end's having a heck of a day. I forget who it is exactly. Play fake here from Kevin Cobb. That's knocked down. And then nearly caught. I think Baldwin got a hand on that one. But I am shocked at how well our defensive line has played. And we got to give a lot of credit, I believe, to left end Jamal Anderson. That's right. He has had a very busy and impactful day. He's 23 years old, so who knows? He could have a sky-high potential for us. Yeah, Westbrook tried to catch that last one. That's the closest he's gotten to the football all day. Air raid Kevin Cobb continues action here on 2nd and 10. We're pressing the receivers because I have no respect for Kevin Cobb right now. He dumps it. That coverage, man, that is so tight. Sadly, approval's down to 76. I hope that if we get a big win today, that can get fixed. Feels a little risky here going cover 2. Really hope they don't go deep down the sideline. But Kerry Rhodes has the open side. I trust him. Up the seam. Rhodes, what a hit! See, when you got safeties like we do with Kerry Rhodes, you can call cover 2 and get away with it. Anybody catch the last Kalispell game? I can play call so uniquely, I think, because of Elliott Red and Jermaine Kent. I can leave them in their huge islands at safety, and they make plays. How long I've been streaming for? 2 hours. Yeah, the commentators give away some hints, but I don't have the volume super loud. For me, you guys probably hear it louder than I do. All right, 3:19 to go. And this running game has not worked like I want it to, so I'm going to try more outside. If they blitz, I want them to pay for it. 2 tight ends on the right side. I love this. I might have this be my go-to run. You know what? Maybe not. We'll pick a different one.
He's got to have some fun today, but I need him running smart.
How do we slow down this front 7? Does anybody have an idea? Because we keep just having these ineffective runs, and they bring some pressure now. Ryan downfield. It's knocked away from Roddy. I feel pretty lucky to get that opening touchdown because neither offense is showing any potential. I'm not so sure we shouldn't run more screens. We don't have like a lot of learned there, but it might be a game to just try it. I'm going middle cross, and this is one of our plays I've put a lot of work into. Obviously, our knowledge bar down below is maxed out, so if we can't even run this right now and make a gain, I might just have to scrap the whole plan. Here's a blitz, and that should have been a catch.
Get it started. Come on.
Man. Now their secondary locked down. Asante Samuel, Lito Shepard, Brian Dawkins. I wanted to run today, but they're just blitzing and trusting their DBs on islands, which is really smart, and it's a style of defense that's hard to beat. So here's Philly again, and they're going to have a pretty good spot to start this drive. Try some sweeps. Yeah, I think we got to look at all the off-tackle runs we got. Wish I could do a jet sweep. Yeah, the NFL in this time period still thought an end around was a good idea. End arounds are some of the worst plays you can call. Or the double reverse. 7-0 Atlanta, though, as Philadelphia continues. In the eye. Does that mean Westbrook gets it? Yeah, right. Kevin Cobb is pressured, and he's going down.
Not bad at all, but we could do
Sacked.
better.
Jamal Anderson. I know. Time flies when I stream. 2 hours? Where'd that go? Kevin Cobb, 2nd and 12. Firing outside. The hit is there. There's no catch. And there hasn't been many catches. Yeah, the double reverse, when it works, it's fun, but it requires, like, the defense to fall asleep during the play. And for, obviously, no backside contain. One of the issues with plays like that is they rely on another player to make a mistake, not your players to execute something well. That's the whole idea of that play. It's a trick. 3rd down and 12. Cobb. Well, that's not on him. That should have been caught. So what's happening in this game? Because the Saints game was nothing like this. What made you like football? You know, I've told the story before on the channel. I got into Madden one day, and it was my uncle's version of the game, 2001, and I just wanted to play, and I hadn't really watched football, didn't really have a lot of interest, but I wanted to play the game. I wanted to check it out, and from the first game I played, I was hooked on the sport, not just Madden. And that was almost 20 years ago. Trying to run this. Nice spin by Norwood. He's having to create every single yard he gets. That takes us to the warning now, so probably more pass mode, but might not be a bad idea to try a screen. I think on 2nd and 2 you can play riskier.
That was the 2-minute warning.
Oh, a draw play wouldn't be a bad idea either. I'm not sure I have a lot of draws. I have a lot of dives. But this time we're calling a screen for Norwood, okay? And we get the pass outside. Norwood turns up. And he's brought down. He's got the first, though. Kyle, thank you for becoming a new member on the channel. Happy to have you here. Thank you for the support. A minute 30 on the clock. I got to work a little bit quicker, I think. Here we go. Ben Watson. All right. At the Philly 43. Let's go level clear now. We're going to call a play that I made. I want to build some more of these too. Maybe next stream we'll spend some time on building a few plays. Especially when we get to like 2-minute situations. I want some go-tos I trust. Uh-oh. Ryan! Oh, man. That is a long developing play though, so I kind of asked for it there. It's not a great play for us to be successful on today.
All right, guys, one deep.
Hope we don't waste this opportunity entirely, but man, this Philly secondary is not messing around. 2nd and 20. Downfield and over the head of the targets. I don't mind another Waddle fade, though. I mean, it's 3rd and 20. You know, against, with Waddle, you're not going to get him matched up on, like, a number 1 corner or anything. So, why not take a shot? I think we could do a lot worse right here. 3rd and 20, Waddle slot right. He'll wheel up the right sideline. 2 deep safeties here for Philly as they bring pressure to the sideline. Waddle, again, he loves that right sideline. He's got to know where it's at.
All right, let's punt it away.
What flaws do the Vikings have? Offensive line primarily. They're also very thin at corner and don't have much experience at corner. They have Mike Hughes, who has spent a lot of his career injured and on the PUP list. They have Holton Hill. They have Chris Boyd. And any CFL fans out there, Marcus Sayles. Marcus Sayles would be like their 4th corner. Him or Nate Metters. So corner's a problem right now. Now the Eagles run it. Wow, it took a whole half to run with Brian Westbrook. They got an XFL stud, yeah, DeMarcus Gates at linebacker from the Houston Roughnecks, the undefeated world champion Houston Roughnecks. With MVP PJ Walker. All right, first half in the books, everybody.
What was that? Okay, hustle to the locker room, boys.
Yeah, Will Hill's always been really good. He's a playmaker anytime he's on the field. Philly kicks it away, and we'll have the football to start this second half, but we're fortunate we got that short field. We got to make sure we protect the football, and I'd love to get a 2-score lead here. You know, if it weren't for an 18-yard missed field goal, we'd have one, but what can you do? You know what? Let's activate the game plan, okay? You keep bringing it up here on the clipboard. Let's activate, improve our outside runs. All right, you got me. Halfback sweep from a 3-wide shotgun. Show me we can run the football a bit better in this second half. I will call that screen for Waddle again at some point. I'm not sure I can make a jet sweep. I'm not sure if it's possible, otherwise I would. But, ooh, another bad run. I think we have negative rushing yards. I'll try making a jet sweep. I love jet sweeps. But all these first down runs are just messing with the flow of our offense. Here's Ryan. It's knocked down. I have one idea because of all the blitzes they're sending. Anybody ready to draw up a play? Because we are about, well, this is basically it. This is what I want. 4 verts. But I want to edit it so it's not just 4 verticals. I wouldn't mind like a post in there or something. Who is this going to become? This is going to become DeMario Waddle. Look at him running from the bench right now. I love it. Deep post from DeMario Waddle. And then we'll keep the back end to protect because they blitz so much. You know what I'm going to do with Watson? He's also going to run a post. Or a corner, because it'll be breaking out. Can I have that? I can have him run a deep post. I don't want the intersection, though. What if I do this? Oh, but Waddle on that left sideline. That can't work. Here's what I'll do. I will move Watson. This is, my genius plan here. I'll just move him to this side. Keep the same route. That's fine. Now I get what I want. Call it. All right, we got a post, corner, and a couple verticals. You want to bring pressure? Let's try making him pay for it. I didn't even set my reads. Ryan, please make something happen. He's got him! DeMario Waddle! First down, Atlanta. Oh, yeah, I'm keeping that play right there. This is my version of 4 verts. They're going vertical. They're just not going straight down the field. So DeMario Waddle saves the day again. We get a first down. Now I think I'm going to try the stretch. I'm going to try it. I want to get Waddle involved. I want to legitimately have his upside on both sides of the football. It's a unique opportunity in this game. That's a fumble! No! Norwood! Touchdown, Philly. The game is tied.
It's a shame
Oh,
giving
man.
up a play like that. A real shame.
Oh, no. Guys. Do we bring in Michael Turner? Extra point to tie the game. Well, that's good. Tied at 7. Norwood hasn't been great today. I know he hasn't gotten the blocking, but if we just gotta run it up the middle every play, we'll go Michael Turner's way now. Let's see what he can do. But I think I don't want to have... Our running game is terrible, and our passing game is terrible. Is there another option out there? Is there another type of play I can revolve the offense around in this one? The Wildcat, maybe? We have just called the play. Oh no, there's a delay of game, but we're going to do it. We're calling it. It's like college where you just give the best player the football, let them play every position. DeMario Waddle is about to run a quarterback sweep. That is how desperate we are right now for some offense. Waddle lined up at quarterback. This is a game-changing moment. He runs outside, and he is hit immediately for a loss of 7.
But I need him running smart.
Let's ask Coach. Let's see what Coach thinks. He likes the waddle fade. Smart man. I'm thinking tight end cross. Back to the air again. Ryan almost intercepted, trying to get to Harry Douglas. Don't force it. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can look at the offensive line or something, because this is just ugly play. Jeremy Dole, Tony Palmer, Wayne Gandy. All right, Patrick McCoy. Let's see what you can do. You're going to play over Wayne Gandy right now, just to change something up on that right side. Oh, I have to pick a play. I don't like when that goes away. All right, they called something, but, you know, what I called wasn't working, so I don't really care what they're doing here. As long as you don't take another delay of game and wreck our punting field position here. We get the snap off with 1 second. Ryan is pressured. He is sacked. Or that was incomplete. It's one of the two. Remember Roddy White's amazing touchdown catch? Doesn't that sound a little more impressive now that you've seen the rest of this game play out? Punt, fielded in Eagle territory. Good move. Into Falcon territory now. And they are going to be set up close to field goal range. I've called a great defensive game. I've got to get a win in this one. We can't lose. First and 10 for Kevin Cobb. Pressured again by Jamal Anderson, but wide open. They're inside the 30.
If we don't make a great play next time, I'll hold you personally responsible.
New offensive strategy. Just punt immediately and hope there's a turnover. I don't know what's worse. This offense or your Broncos one. Ouch. Geo. Well, if you had to pick, which one's worse? Eagles might have something here. They run it now. And the tackle's made. That's Artis Drexler, everybody. Nice play. From the 27, good protection this time as it's checked down over the middle. Westbrook picks up 9. All right, bringing pressure again, going man to man. Someone's got to win on the outside. When I have Waddle on the number 1, I like getting aggressive. Here is 3rd and 2. Play fake and dumped over the middle. It's incomplete. Kerry Rhodes, another play. Rhodes and Waddle on the same side effectively erases half the field. So here's a chance, though, for Philly to take the lead. This is a big one, and we know that field goals and extra points, you know, it's a wild ride here when you watch an NFL head coach. So here's the kick for the lead. Eagles up 3. Chances Tua goes to the Chargers. I don't know, because I think it would be smart for them to do it, but a lot of what they've done and said recently points to them not. That could just be smoke. I give it, you know, 50-50 though, maybe 60-40. Oh, this is a good return. Not bad by Xavier Short. Props to the rookie. We have a draw play we've mastered. I don't know if I trust it, but no other runs have worked. We got to get some sort of run game established. They got their safeties back here. Come on, Michael Turner. He's back in the game. And here is Turner trying to find some room, and we'll certainly accept that outcome. I've enjoyed streaming at some of these later windows. It's kind of fun. Kind of a throwback because I used to do this more often, but it's working right now. I can activate game plan for outside runs only. That was an inside run. Throwing the ball to a wide open man. I like that idea. We should do more of that. First down into Philly territory. Do we trust the outside runs, though, at all? I mean, it's our game plan. We are focused on that this week. And zone run. Let's go zone run. Not a very great name for that play call, but it was the best I could do. I can't do numbers or anything special. So zone run. Turner. Jump cut. Upended. Forward momentum gets 4. What are your plans for NCAA 14 in the future? Brady, thank you for the super chat. At this point, just continuing Kalispell, but I think there's a chance I do another one in the future. Maybe a coach carousel. I think it'd be fun to have that kind of an experience. I have only been running to the right side, haven't I? Well, we're running left this time for ya. Michael Turner with the power. First down. Move the sticks. I'll give it a shot. We're going to run a counter. It's risky if they blitz through the gap where the guard's pulling. But if they're not, could be advantageous as Turner races to the edge and gets maybe 1. Kind of an aggressive look here. We're going with the draw play here to Turner, and he's down in the backfield for a loss. This is a big spot for us. It would be a 53-yard field goal from this spot to tie it. Deep in. So Roddy's going to run a streak here on the left. Everybody else is running like an 8-yard in. Third down. Wide open. Easy. Inside the 20. Move the chains.
Nice job.
Thank you for the super chat, Rec. Did I watch The Last Dance on Sunday? I did not. But I heard it was pretty an amazing documentary. I saw many calling it like the best documentary they ever seen. Sounded like it was pretty good. We go trips this time, trying to take defenders out of the box so we can run with Turner, try to get better looks. He is hit and dropped back at the 20. What is it on? ESPN aired it, but is it on any other service? I think I have ESPN. I think so. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Turner is slow. Just one receiver here in the pattern. And it is third down. No, it's second down and 13. We had a man open in the flats, but Ryan never looked left.
I didn't see that coming.
Netflix is getting it at some point. Okay.
Okay, we're
kind of hope this just goes to the fourth quarter, but it's not a bad look to run this play. All right.
Execute, guys. Execute. They're not executing out there.
Okay. that
Waddle
quarter's
fade. 3rd and 13 from the 19-yard line. Again, with the way the he is on the hash here. Waddle fade? You guys want Waddle fade that bad again? I'll tell you what. I will give you Waddle fade. However, I'm going to make a minor alteration to the play. Because that sideline just seems to be too close and the AI kind of gets weird, we're going to do that. Just so he doesn't go out of bounds. All right, 3rd and 13. Chat wanted this. If Ryan throws a pick, it's not my fault. The pressure is sent. Ryan going over the middle. It's a catch. And it's 4th and inches. I think we have to go for it. It's only inches. I like that Ryan came off that read, by the way. We are going for the touchdown. Inside handoff. Man. Goal line is the first thing we learn, everybody. It's goal line.
Okay, goal line.
We're going for it.
Dive.
Inches away from a first down, and Michael Turner lines up deep in the backfield. Ryan under center at the Philly 7. Ryan turns. Michael Turner up the middle. Touchdown, Falcons. We've taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Approval back up to 96, everybody. Just stay with me. I got a vision. I got a plan.
We're kicking a field goal.
Now, Kurt Reeves, do not mess this up. Not for me, but for yourself. The extra point is good. It is now a 4-point game. And there is also an injury. What? Matty Ice is out for the game. Oh, man. That is a huge deal if they score a touchdown.
All right, let's kick it to the right, guys.
Wow. I think it's just an end-of-game injury. A.J. Feely in Wildcat season, that's right. Here's a return. Uh-oh, he's got some room, but it closed. Ooh. These games are fun. I love doing these live. This is a lot of fun. All right. Philly had a good drive last time out. We got to do better this time. 6:49 left. And when we get the football, it's going to be clock control. A handoff. Westbrook shakes that off easily. He's got some juice across the 50.
All right, guys, just stay calm.
I'm uncomfortable right now. They were saving his energy for the fourth quarter. Oh boy, counter. Here's Westbrook with a cut, makes a man miss. Oh, this is not good.
You see, that's what
Another
happens when you
injury.
lose focus.
Matthew Joseph, our fullback, out for game. Man, that was a brutal halfback dive we ran. For the record right now, the chat wants Waddle to play quarterback. Going forward. Cut back Westbrook. He's got it. Waddle is trying to make the tackle, and he's struggling. Where is Bo Lee when you need him? Exactly, an emergency quarterback at a pinch. 5:50 on the clock. Here's another one for Westbrook. This time stood up. What a tackle.
Lurker.
Double A gap blitz. I'm not feeling a blitz right now. But I need to remember that's in the arsenal. Uh-oh. Good route by Westbrook. He is fighting. He's got the first.
That wasn't good.
You know what? Maybe we do bring a pressure. We got to get a negative play. Created plays. Well, not here. I don't think that it's time now. It's mostly something you want to call against like a pass. Make Waddle your Lynn Bowden. We have A.J. Feely. He can play quarterback. On first down, that's knocked down by Jamal Anderson. Well played. Yeah, Lynn Bowden played quarterback for Kentucky last year when their starter went down. He played basically wildcat quarterback, option quarterback. But he threw a game-winning touchdown in their bowl game in the final minute. It was pretty sweet. We cannot allow a touchdown. I don't want to have to score again. 5 minutes to go. Second down here. And Cobb is throwing. That's good news. And it's intercepted! Inside the 10. Taken away. And that is picked off by Kerry Rhodes. Can I get Rhodes closed in the chat, please? All Cobb has to do is look left, and he will have a much better chance of a successful play. But he hasn't done it. He constantly wants to go to the right side. Well, he's paying the price for that. Roads are closed. 5 minutes to go, though. This is not over. Michael Turner in the backfield gets the call. Fighting through the middle for a gain of 4. Taking my time, too. I'm not in a hurry. Ooh, fullback play here. Who's the backup fullback? Isn't it Michael Turner? I'm going to skip that one.
Run it up the gut.
Roads closed. All right, press coverage on the outside. And here's another run. Michael Turner slips an arm, tackle falls ahead. That looks to be a first down. But now it's suggesting he gets subbed out. You know, Turner's stamina has been a problem this year. He gets gassed pretty quickly. I want to keep him out. Why isn't it letting me go to keep him out? It's literally grayed out. I have to let him play. Quick sub. Norwood, Brockers, neither know the play. I'm giving Brockers a shot. Brockers is getting his first carry. Oh, it's 3rd and 1. I didn't know it was 3rd down. Frederick Brockers is in the game. He's never touched the football for us, and it's the biggest play of the game. 3rd and 1. Brockers wrapped up. Not my best decision. I didn't realize it was 3rd and 1. I'm not sure it would have mattered there, but not a great call by me. I wanted 1 yard. Just 1. All right, running this down. Yeah, the stretches have just not been kind to me today. I was finally getting something on dives and didn't want to go away from that. Oh yeah, I'm going to take a delay of game here, aren't I? Or they can punt it quick. Okay. 2:48 as the kick gets away. Not very returnable. They went for the block. And they have to fair catches. So a long field to go. They got to get 6. 62 yards away. I don't have any traps, no. I should get a couple traps and just more diverse runs to begin with. Well, everybody, this could be the final drive for Philadelphia. 2:45 to play. They are down 4. 1st and 10 from their own 38. Kevin Cobb throws short. And upended! What a tackle by Demario Waddle.
Nickel stump lurker.
On 2nd down and 6, trying to get to the edge. There we go. We got him in the backfield. What a play. Who made that one? I wish I could tell. Curtis Lofton, and the game wanted me to look at replacing his starting role. Oh, it could be double A gap time, but I don't think I have to blitz Cobb to force him into a mistake. So last play here before the warning, perhaps. Under pressure, broken up. It's 4th down, Philadelphia.
Nice job, baby. Gotta keep getting off the field.
And I'm going to be ending the stream once the game is over, by the way. Are they punting here? Are they really punting? All right, I'll let the CPU pick the play. It really is a punt with 2:06 to go. You realize you're playing to win the game, correct? Well, not here, I guess, for Philadelphia. This is returnable. And it will take us to the 2-minute warning. That's big. I didn't want to have to run another snap to get there. I can steal a play. Well, their offense is garbage. Why would I want their plays? This one's okay, though. I'll take that. A defensive one, an all-out blitz. How about a storm blitz? We're very close to pulling this off, everybody. But the Eagles have all 3 timeouts. They'll use them here to try to get the football back. Wait a minute. That ain't Michael Turner in the backfield at all. This is a handoff. Oh my, what a hit. That was Freddie Brockers. 2 carries for nothing. All right, Turner's in here. Fatigue is back to 100. So A.J. Feely in the game now at quarterback. Number 13. We're trying to make the Eagles spend these timeouts. $1:54 to go. And here's Turner. He's got some blocks in the 2nd level. And with a head of steam, he gets 9. That means it's 3rd and 1. We need 1 yard. What do we do for that 1 yard? That could clinch the game. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We go into the goal line. And we go with Demario Waddle on a quarterback sneak.
All right, let's go goal line
for a yard.
sneak.
It's all we need. Waddle's back in. He's trying to end it right here. Philly has no idea. Waddle! You could have gone to the end zone. But this game should now be over, everybody. It looks like it's all over. We can run this clock down and Philadelphia can't do anything. We're going to win this football game. How about that, everybody? That was fun. That was a really fun game. It was a little strange, but holy cow, that was fun. They have a timeout, but it doesn't matter. Demario Waddle, everybody.
Right,
never before has there been like an Iron Man player like him on the channel. Quite like him. Yeah, we take delay a game. Not a big deal. But how big was that fumble on the opening drive? Was that Jamal Anderson who had it was a sack fumble, right? Jamal Anderson, who just annihilated their right tackle all game. Nope, I'm up to date on Super Chats. I don't think I missed any of these.
Tell him he's got to have some fun today, but I need him running smart.
I'm not running Waddle Fade. I won the game already. Let's save it.
All right, take a kneel.
I'm not trying to ruin this game. Matt Ryan's not even out there. Do you think A.J. Feely knows the Waddle Fade? I didn't even trust him to run the quarterback sneak. I'm not doing the Waddle kneel. That'll wreck his yardage. He'll lose 2 yards. Absolutely not. Yeah, this is a sign we're getting better, guys. QB kneel is now learned. Soon we're going to master this play. It's a big win for us. Win number 4. My goal is at least to get to 7 and 9. I feel if we coach more of these games like this, we got a shot to go get some wins. Here's the latest one. Take a knee, Feely. He doesn't know how to do this. He's kind of new to the whole kneeling to win thing. He's a backup quarterback also. Just take a knee. There you go. Falcons win. Excuse me? Are you going to wreck my approval right now? A defining moment. I might lose some approval here. Are you kidding? Why is this triggering right now?
All right, let's punt it away.
Don't punt the football. You don't have to do that. You can run the clock out. We can go home. Victory meal. Come on. Got to be some good barbecue in Atlanta somewhere. All right. We're good. Ball game, everybody. 14-10 Falcons win.
That's that.
Pretty happy with that game. It was an ugly one, but wow, our defense shined in pass defense. I can't believe they didn't run with Westbrook more. If they did, we probably would have lost. Yeah, we're adding that play. That was a great play. Let's check the stats, though. These are going to be some strange numbers we see. Matt Ryan, 86 quarterback rating, 14 for 25. Very difficult to be consistent passing today. 147 yards for him. Now, Norwood had negative yards, but Michael Turner came in, and you got to love what he put together in today's game. 10 carries, 39 yards, and a touchdown. He broke 3 tackles in the process. Now, we got to find a way to pass more consistently. This is not good enough. But I love that we're bringing Waddle onto the offense and finding ways to make plays with him. That's a huge deal to me. Kevin Cobb, 2 interceptions. He was 10 for 28. Absolutely horrible. And Demario Waddle and Kerry Rhodes will be in his dreams tonight. I did save the play. I added it to Playbook. Were there 2 things I had to do? Clunky menus like that are annoying. Four and 5, everybody. And next time we'll continue the show. We have the Dolphins coming up sometime soon. I'm not sure what game we'll watch next episode, but I think that we'll have some fun regardless. But thank you all for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will indeed have more NFL head coach coming your way soon. But I gotta check this injury first. Matt Ryan. Oh no! I gotta coach around a Matt Ryan injury now. He's got a hernia. Well, we'll come back to that next time, everybody. Thank you all for the support, and thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day, everybody. Alright, that's where I'm ending the video. I'm gonna remake that play, though, before I end it, just so I have it in the playbook. But yeah, thank you all for being here tonight. NFL draft tomorrow. I'll have a mock draft coming your way, of course. Let me just go to my, yep, I'll do a predict the pick group again. But I just gotta get that scissors verticals play. I really liked it. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. Because Watson was on the field. I guess I'll build it out of this one. Not a big deal. So I need to, because I don't think there's a corner route modifier. So I have to just change this to a post. And I have to move him to this side. And now all of a sudden it's a corner route. Because it's going out, not in. And then I make this to Mario Waddle. Oh, he's right there. And we make this also a deep post. And there you go. 4 vert scissors concept. Brought to you by me. Does scissors really have that many S's? Scissors. Scissors really has 4 S's, huh? Progressions. Oh, by the way, this has to be Ben Watson. Alright, this is going to be the real one, okay? 4 vert scissors. This is the real one. Remind me. I need to delete the other one. Okay. There. 4 vert scissors real. Oh, it's real. Is that like a protection call or something? Yeah, exactly. Alright, everybody. That's going to do it for me tonight. Hope to have some fun stuff to talk about. I like to stream on Friday at least, if I can't stream tomorrow. But enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. I'll catch you next time.